It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I'm glad you all enjoyed yesterday's video. I really enjoyed it myself. It was on Ghost of Mr. Chicken and Mayberry residents who were in the movie. Pretty neat little, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. It's worth seeing. But today's video is on a nearly superhuman singer who secretly sang while Barney Fife lip-synced. You all know who I'm talking about. Do you know anything about him? This is pretty cool stuff. One of the biggest blockbusters to come out in the 1950s was Ten Commandments. Released in 1956, a Cecil B. DeMille film only screened at 80 theaters in the country upon initial release. But word got out how powerful this picture was, showing Moses on his mission on the big screen. Soon it was pulling in $1 million a week, and that's just nuts in the 50s. This movie was epic. During production, pains were taken to get everything right, including the choice for the voice of God. In this movie, the voice is manipulated with special effects, so it sounds otherworldly. For a long time, there was a myth that the voice of God in this legendary movie was some mishmash of star Charlton Heston, director DeMille, and others on the set. However, it eventually came out that the voice was just one man, who happens to have a booming bass voice that approaches the limits of human hearing. That's practically superhuman voice was Dallas Jukes, who was a singer who appeared on the big screen more than 300 times from the 1930s to the 1960s with everybody from the Three Stooges to John Wayne. Then in 1962, he got his first TV role by joining Mayberry Choir in a beloved episode of the Andy Griffith Show called Barney and the Choir. In this hilarious tale, nobody has the heart to tell Barney he sings off-key. This becomes a problem when he wants to sing a solo in the next concert. Sheriff Andy devises a scheme where he tricks Barney into using a microphone, just for soloists, that happens to be turned off. So when Barney steps up to the mic, we see his lips move silently, but from backstage, what we hear is the beautiful voice of Jukes, as Mayberry choir member Glenn Cripe. It's pure comedy when Barney himself is surprised by the full, gorgeous tone of his own voice, becoming more and more confident as the performance goes on. From the choir, Andy flashes the OK sign every few seconds to amp his deputy up even more. You can spot him in the background of the series finale, Mayberry RFD, but he would officially return to Mayberry one other time for Songfesters. This was another hilarious episode where Barney wishes he was the town singing star. He played Mayberry resident Glenn Cripe. Andy's wife, Barbara, also happens to appear in this episode. Only this time, Barney's surprisingly smooth vocals came from a different unexpected source. Gomer Pyle. Of course, Jim Neighbors had the voice of an angel, and knowing how powerful Jukes is as a singer makes watching him as Glenn Cripe admire Gomer in this episode even more sweet and authentic. Great singers clearly recognize great singers. Good thing for Barney, he doesn't need to be a great singer, because he's already the greatest deputy Mayberry could ask for. However, big fans of Barney would be upset if I didn't mention Don Knotts is no slouch of a singer either. The Andy Griffith Show even proved it once in the very first season during The Guitar Player. Rewatch that one and you'll hear Barney backing up Andy singing an old song called New River Train, harmonizing easily with his best friend, the singing sheriff, whose voice was also golden. And if you really want a treat, and I know y'all seen this, but I love this. I could watch this over and over and listen to it at least. When Barney and Andy and Otis, all three sang together. In the episode, Otis buys a new car. I'm not sure the title. I think that's the title. But when they have Otis convinced that he drowned, and they're all singing, we shall miss him. And they started all three-part harmony, and it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I loved it. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Before we leave, I want to give a big shout out to Miss Christie. I want to thank you for asking people to like my videos. Thank you so much. And all you other guys who have done the same. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia. Over there is on Alan Alda MASH. And classic rock and country music facts and trivia. It's on Van Halen and the story behind the song Jump. And it may not be what you think. This is pretty interesting stuff. Even if you're not a big rock fan, this is pretty interesting stuff. That's all I got for you here, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe here, there, and everywhere. And please like this video. Thank you. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And as always, Uncle Bob's praying for you.